Mike, I love steak and mash.
Oh, it's a classic.
Yeah, but I really like to elevate it when people come over and bring out a few extra ingredients to make it a little bit more exciting.
You've got to, haven't you?
Yeah, so we're doing ribeye steak, which is a beautiful cut of meat. If you could chop some cauliflower for me. With potatoes, cauliflower, and instead of doing traditional rich butter, I'm going to get cottage cheese into the mash.
I like that.
Yeah, it still provides a creaminess to it.
Yeah.
I'm all about helping people find ways to get a little bit more protein into their food, and this mash is a great one, whether you're doing it to impress people or you're just having a mash at home one night. It's a really great way to do mash.
I find it's a great way for me to hide veggies from my children.
Ah, I like it.
I can sneak it in.
That's it. So we're going to steam those veggies until they're soft and then make a beautiful, vibrant salsa verde. Got a mini food processor, a cup each, of our mint and parsley. And this is a lovely way to use up the herbs that are in your crisper. You don't have to use parsley and mint. You could get coriander or dill. Anything goes, really.
That's the beautiful thing about sauces like that, right? You use up what you've got.
That's right. And I love making my salsa verde with cornichons.
Oh, nice.
As a little twist.
A little bit of acidic kick.
Yes, and we always have them in the house because our whole family is obsessed by pickles and cornichons. I don't know what's going on, but they are really lovely. So there's about 3 tablespoons of the cornichons going into the salsa verde, and we'll add some extra virgin olive oil, about 1/4 of a cup. I'm just going to wing my amounts today. The garlic clove can go in. Salt and pepper, some red wine vinegar, and my little trick to keep the greens lovely and vibrant is to put either some ice cold water or an ice cube in there at the end. Blitz it up. It's looking good. Let's add in a little bit of the ice cold water, a little extra blitz, and then that's it. You can put it aside in a container till you're ready to serve. Now we're going to season our steaks. The biggest mistake a lot of people make when it comes to meat, and you're king of talking about meat, so this is a really great conversation to have, but they don't get their meat out to rest for long enough before they actually cook it. So the muscle is still quite stiff.
So important.
Yeah, it really is.
Minimum, I'd say, half an hour.
And ribeye is a beautiful cut of meat.
It is. It's a beautiful piece of meat. Like, it meets the chuck and then joins with the sirloin. So it's about the 12th to the 14th rib, around there. The interesting thing about ribeye, right, because it starts here and then ends around here, you actually get slightly different parts of the muscle throughout.
Right.
So, for example, in the centre, you probably get the most classic form of the ribeye with the eye of fat straight in the middle.
Yep.
Where it hits the sirloin, you get like this little cap of fat at the top that you wouldn't necessarily associate with ribeye. And then at the other end, you get almost slightly softer meat because of where it joins the chuck. And the good thing about buying it like this, whole, great value, and then you can use the different parts for different things or treat them all exactly the same.
Yeah,
you know, they all cook exactly the same. But it's a great way of cooking.
The meat's seasoned, we're going to let it come to room temp. And while that happens, let's get our mash going.
All right.
So I'll get you to crush the garlic. So they're quite big garlic cloves. I go with a little bit of extra garlic in my mash usually, but depends on your guests really. And my partner Al, he doesn't love mash, but when I made this for him, it changed his tune.
Really?
Yeah, because he really likes cauliflower and he really likes the creaminess of cottage cheese. So it was a really nice way to get him on board with mash.
Well, you're just packing it full of so much more flavour, aren't you?
I think so.
You're making it really interesting.
Yeah. Bring out the big guns, mate.
Ah, that's my cue. That's my cue.
Let's get some salt and pepper in while we're at it. Maybe we could have done with a bigger bowl.
Maybe. You told me to bring out the big guns.
Let's get the cottage cheese in and the milk, and that'll help it all come together. Actually, cottage cheese is one of those ingredients that I'm keeping in our fridge permanently these days. It makes it really great for a dip. It's great in things like mash. It's lovely on toast with eggs and veggies at breakfast. So
I love it. It's got a bad rep. Well, for
Does
me,
it?
it has. For me, maybe it had a bad rep.
why?
Because it's, you know, it's not the most flavoursome thing, But I think as part of something, it's delicious. I love it. It's always in my fridge as well. But I do feel like you need to build on top of it.
You do.
Am I right?
Yeah, I think so. Or you need some strong flavours to put
Yeah.
with it. So in this case, with the garlic, and then you'll have the salsa verde and that delicious richness from the meat.
Yes.
The perfect combo. So we're going to mash that up and then get our grill pan lovely and hot, ready to get those steaks on. Check out these deliciously cooked steaks.
You do good.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. All right, serve it up. Let's get some mash. We're going to chop some chives. You can either fold those chives through the mash or you can put them on the top. There is a lot of mash here. So I think that's actually a beautiful thing because
You never can have too much
it
mash.
means that you've got leftovers to transform into a pie or something delish the next day.
That's a nice idea.
Yeah, I think so. Then we'll get our steak, all the juices. I love your tips on how you know a steak is cooked based on the juices, Mike.
Yeah, it's really handy. Obviously, when you're cooking multiple steaks in a restaurant, you don't want your chefs to be like touching it and poking it. So I train them to know by sight.
So when it's quite red, the juice that's coming out of the steak, it's medium
So
rare.
when it's just red, it's like rare. When it's red with brown freckles, medium rare. 50-50 red to brown, it's medium. Brown with red freckles, medium well. And all brown juices, well done.
I love it. I think it's such a great tip.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about you, but that's a pretty tasty looking piece
That's
of...
beautiful. How good is that?
So good. You can try this little end piece.
Thank you.
Let's get our steak on the plate. And this I would serve up to guests, but it's such a beautiful cut of meat. A couple of times a week for the family. Really great way to get their iron intake up, as well as your protein in your meal. So you've got a few different veggies in the mash with the cottage cheese, the salsa verde to finish, and some steamed broccolini, and then you get your meat with your 3 veg.
Nice.
Traditional.
You know what I love about this meat, like after just tasting it? It's so full flavoured, like there's so much marble there. Fat, which is the flavour, and that's because it's grain-fed, you know? So the diet's been supplemented, and that's what gives it so much more full flavoured. It's beautiful, beautiful beef.
It is. And that, I would say, is also a beautiful dish to impress your friends and family. What do you think?
Oh, that's great, Jack. You've done a good job.
Yes.